This is the first time when Community Services Committee at MEX has arranged an international session welcoming our national and international audience, students, youngsters, faculty members, young professionals, to have an interactive session with Mr. Raza Abbas. Mr. Raza Abbas is a globally acclaimed human development practitioner. He has been recognized by UNESCO for the flagship annual entrepreneurship education meetings. He has been also profiled in global bestseller book, The World Book of Hope. His love and passions towards career counseling made him to lead projects with United Nations Population Funds, UNFPA, and World Bank. I am very grateful to Mr. Abbas to volunteer his time and his skills for this event. For the audience which is attending this session from Saudi Arabia and across the borders. I now hand over this session to Mr. Raza Abbas to start his formal session. Welcome, Mr. Raza Abbas.
Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Thank you, Dr. Nausheen, for that very humble introduction. I'm very honored, and thank you, Dr. Manal, for inviting. I look forward for a very exciting session with all of you. I love students. I think students all over the world are the same. They are very curious about careers, right? So I was going through the it out with a lot of interest. So thank you very much. It always gives you a lot of motivation when students take the time to actually fill it out. So before I start, career. What is the meaning of career? I know you are muted, but the chat box is not muted. You can share your comments in the chat box, right? So is your career on screensaver mode? On a very lighter note, what is the screensaver mode? It's that your computer screen comes blank. So I hope your career is not on a screensaver mode. Your career is in a, next slide please. Is in an igniting mode. And what is an igniting mode? This is a wonderful picture when I was developing this presentation. When the Olympics start after every 4 years, Olympics is the world's largest sports festival, right? In which people from all over the world, athletes, they actually take part. So how do the Olympics start? The Olympics start by igniting a flame, and that flame actually spreads all across the globe. So it is very, very important that your career should be in an igniting mode. And when that igniting mode is on, automatically the motivation for your career development increases. Next slide, please. So I'll actually pause here for a second, as Dr. Nausheen mentioned in her welcome address, that this is a very interactive session, right? So what a career, and mention in the chat a professional spending career. How many years? Yes. Do you understand this question? Let me ask that first. It's a difficult question. So I will actually break. What is the average age? Okay, we cannot hear. Okay, I'll try to be more slow. 10, 12, okay, 20, okay, good. You are already very active, mashallah. It has just started. The average age that you spend in your career, how do you determine that? What is the average age that you graduate from university? Take a guess. When you will graduate from this university, this wonderful college that you are currently studied, what is the average age that you will complete your degree, inshallah? 24, okay, 21, okay, good. So the average age is 22, okay. let's make it 24. I know some people relax for a few years after they complete high school. So 24 is the average age usually students complete their higher education, right? And what is the average age that you retire from your work? I was 21 when I graduated. Okay, wonderful. 60. Never. Very nice. Very interesting comments, mashallah. Very, very, very exciting audience. It's wonderful to interact with the people that are so active, and I love energy, right? So usually the average age that you retire is 60. Wonderful. So 60 minus 24 is 36. Bingo. That is the answer. So 36 years of your life are spent on your professional career. So if you don't love what your career is, your 36 years of your life can be. So the purpose of this session right now is to motivate you, to inspire you that your 36 years of your life are with a lot of motivation, lot of inspiration, and like what you do, as Dr. Omar mentioned. So you need to be very passionate. You are spending 36 years of your life in a career. So if you enjoy that, it will go like so quickly. But if you don't enjoy that, unfortunately, it could be very, very challenging. So the purpose of organizing this session for you this afternoon is to make sure that those 36 years are enjoyable. Correct? So far, so good. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, lots of words. Now, don't get scared. This is a lot of words to say, oh my God, this is when you, I know I'm talking to medical students, right? So you are all aware of MRI and CT scan. This is the career development MRI. So you can understand that career development is a process that involves a lot of things. What are you currently doing? You are currently getting education, which is on the left hand side. This is one form of a training. How many of you in this session that are currently registered for this session, how many of you have a career goal? Please mention in the chat box. What is your career goal? What do you want to become when you grow up? Okay, to help others. Wonderful. That's a good career goal. Nursing, very good, mashallah. To get my MPT and open my own business. Excellent. More. Don't be shy. This session is for you. To become professional in pharmacy, very nice. To go for next level in personal and professional, very nice. Keep sharing your goals. I want every single student to share. This session is for you. You are the most wonderful human being on this planet Earth. So share. Don't be shy. Engineer, shabash, mashallah, nursing, wonderful. Okay, to help and protect people. Okay, so people, because I have a goal, very nice. So if those of you who are not sure, I know a lot of people already have their career goals, right? But how do you determine how do you determine to have a goal in life? There are three things that you should do. What is your ability? What are you good in? What is your interest? And what is your temperament? So I'll give you a very quick example is to become an expert in my field, excellent career goal. And I would like to give a short story over here about my own career goal. When I was studying in the US at the University of Arizona, and I came back to Pakistan in 2006, I shared with my father that I want to go into career counseling as a profession. And he said, you can go in this profession if you become a global expert in the world. Can you do that? I said, don't worry, I will do that because I love this as a passion. This is my passion. So whatever career goal you are planning to do, it is very important that you are passionate to do that, right? So in order to determine your career goal, you need to know what is your ability, what is your interest, and what is your temperament. What is temperament? Temperament is how do you interact with different people? How is your behavior? You know, usually when I talk with students, I say when you are talking with different human beings, you should have ice in your veins. Should be so cool. If you are not cool and you have the ability and the interest, you will not be able to reach your career goal. So the more cooler you are, the more higher you will reach towards your career goal. And a very important thing I would like to share is that the behavior is the roadmap for success. If your behavior is positive, everyone will love to hire you. There's a very famous saying that you are hired for skills and you are fired behavior. Who
Excuse
has
me,
very okay to share that we have challenges, right?
Mr. Raza.
Yes.
Sometimes there is a connectivity problem. I think your voice is cutting, so we could only hear that you are hired on for your skills and you are fired, then cut.
Okay.
A
Thank
little
you for
bit,
sharing.
yeah, a little bit.
Not a problem. I think flexibility is important. So thank you, Dr. Nosheen. So you are
You're welcome.
hired for skills
Yeah.
and you are fired for behavior. So if your behavior is bad, no one will like to work with you. So it is so how can you make your behavior better? By playing sports, by taking whatever negativity that is in you to challenge it out, by cycling, by swimming. So it is important to recognize that this is a challenge and you need to solve that. Again, moving forward, how do you determine your career goal? What do you do in your free time? Your volunteer work is very, very important. When I started my career,
We can't hear you, Mr. Raza.
practice in America, 20,
Hello, Mr. Raza. We can't hear you. I think you should. Can you switch your internet device? I think we have lost Mr. Raza Abbas for some connectivity issues. Hi.
uh, all of the participants, can you hear me?
Yeah, but there is some disconnection at times.
Okay, not a, okay.
No.
I would like to share that don't worry, this presentation will be shared with you. Hello?
Yeah. Yeah. This presentation will be shared with all of you, inshallah, by the end of this session, inshallah. And don't worry, we are here. Mr. Raza Abbas will, inshallah, complete the session with you in an interactive way. No problem.
Okay, so going back to the slide, Dr. Noshin, if you can have the slide again on increase the size.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was talking about what do you do in your volunteer time? And that will help you determine your career goal as well. And what do your friends say that what career you can do well? Often it is said that friends are great therapists. Your best friend should know what really ignites you. What are you passionate about? And your family. We live in an Islamic culture where family is a very important component. What does your father say that you can do well? What does your mother say? What does your sister say? What does your brother say? What do your cousins say? And say, why are you saying this? Create a dialogue. It is very, very important that you should ask your family members, what types of careers do you think I will be good in? So again, we are coming up with different types of questions and we are engaging. And what are your extracurricular activities? So it is very important, it's very interesting that when we are in a university, in a college setting, we get numerous opportunities to participate in events. So how many of you, how many students in this wonderful college of yours volunteered for events? This is an excellent opportunity for you to show your leadership potential and to show your career potential as well. Are you in a session because to get a certificate, or are you really passionate to learn? Right? So it is very important that whatever field you select, that should be your strongest skill. If you are not good in a subject, you should not go in that field. So it is very important you select a career based on your strengths of that subject. So if you are passionate about medical science, you should be good with number. If you don't like numbers, so don't go into engineering. Very simple. So whatever your strengths is, you should go into that field. Okay. Going to the next slide, please. Dr. Noshin, next slide.
Faraz, can we have next slide, please?
Okay. So what is this? What's this picture about? Can you please share in your in the chat box? Key, light, aiming. Okay, unlocking key. Very nice. Oh, everyone is all active. Unlocking. Very nice. Unlock your powers. Wow, wow. Too many powers. Huh? The key opened the door. Okay. So what is the key for your career? Any guess? What is the key for your career? One word. Trust in yourself, patience, okay, attitude, goal, okay. I could choose the right way for me. Okay, very nice. Next slide, please. Family support. Now I'm sharing you 4 keys. If you can just click all of them all at once, please. Okay, this is the most important part of this presentation. So I want you to pay specific attention. All of you have participated very well, so thank you very much. I'm really honored. And all of you have shared some very good points, which are also keys. You need number of keys, right? So family support is important, passion is important, energy is very important. So number one is the key for career development is self-awareness. How many of you know about yourself? What are your strengths? What are your areas of improvements? What really ignites you as a person? So before we do any career development, the first question is, who am I? What is the purpose in my life? Where do I see myself in the next 5 years, the next 10 years, in the next 15 years? What is the purpose of my existence on this planet Earth? And how can I achieve that goal? Right? So for that you say, oh, this is very difficult. How do I do that? You do self-awareness by talking to a career practitioner. He or she will be able to ask you various questions about your life, and they will be able to get to the core issue, what you want to do in your life. Once that is determined, how do I get there? Whether I want to do my master's, my PhD, my bachelor's, how do I get admission in this wonderful college? Once I get admission over here in this college, what is the next step? Where do I want to go for a job? Do I want to go for a job in the private sector, in the public sector? Can everyone hear me?
Yeah, yeah. Now,
Okay. For those of you who are having some technological issues, don't worry. Just focus on the slides, because this is also a way of adaptive learning, right? In an idle environment, nothing works perfectly fine. So we need to be adaptable. Okay. So just focus on the slide, and everything will work. Inshallah. Be hopeful. Okay. Then what shall I do? So once you are admitted in a university, then what do? 4 years will go by so quickly. What next? Do I start my own business? Do I want to work with the government? Do I want to go in the private sector? Do I want to go in a multinational? Do I want to study more? These are all questions that you should be thinking about yourself. And this is the right age. This is the perfect age. And last but not the least, where am I going? The people that are excellent, that do a lot for themselves, they have a clear direction. Where am I heading? What is the clear purpose in my life? And I know all of you are very, very motivated. I know it's difficult to interact on virtually. All of you already know where you're going. I think you just need reassurances, because if you are not motivated, you will not have listened to the session, right? So it's very, very important that you need to be, if you are not aware where you are going, you need to read a lot of self-awareness books. You need to talk to your professors. You need to talk to your parents. You need to talk to your family. You need to talk to your friends. You need to talk to a career practitioner. What is the purpose of my life? And once you have a purpose in your life and you know exactly what you were made to do in this life, then your life will be full of motivation. I have a purpose in life. I need to do this by this date. And that will automatically change the whole scenario. Right? Next slide, please. Okay, now the fun part. How many of you like cartoons? This is my favorite monkey. I love monkeys. So have you heard of this monkey, Curious George? He's my
yeah.
friend. Curious George is a wonderful monkey that is available in America, but people from all over the world actually study about him, and he is known for curiosity. So how many of you are curious about your career? Share in the chat box. Same as us. I like this comment. Tom and Jerry. Okay, Tom and Jerry is also good. Very nice. So next slide, please. Okay, so in order to be a curious George in your career, it is very important to do an activity. So how many of you have an updated CV, curriculum vitae, or a resume? Share in the chat box. How many of you, okay, you have it, very good. I do, good. Not me. 4 years ago, I do not do, I do, okay, good, not a problem. So the purpose is to realize, the question is, how many of you have a CV, curriculum vitae? What is a CV? A CV is a professional document that you require once you complete your higher education. And when you go for a job, they will ask you, okay, once you get a good job, you stop updating your CV. Okay, that was very funny. Uh, very, very hilarious. People are very, mashallah, energetic over it. I like that comment. So a CV main purpose is to get a job, right? So all of the students, you should make your CV, and I can develop a session on how to develop a CV. The second thing is LinkedIn. How many of you are aware of LinkedIn? LinkedIn is the world's largest platform for professional networking. So that's another way of getting a job. And what is LinkedIn? Simple. It is www.linkdin.com. So I want you to register on linkedin.com and develop a profile and join various groups of your field. That will give you more confidence to deal with different professionals across the globe. Third is recommendations on LinkedIn. I would recommend all of you to send me an invite. I'm on LinkedIn. Yeah, my LinkedIn link is available on the flyer as well. And I will help you how to develop your LinkedIn profile professionally. And then your professional contacts, are they active and updated? How many people, how many friends do you have? How many friends? Okay, I'll share it again. Don't worry. LinkedIn.com.
They are
Wait.
asking about your LinkedIn.
Okay, my LinkedIn.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
will I will share it. I will share it towards the end.
yeah.
Okay.
It will
So
be shared, inshallah. Yeah.
so professional contacts. Dr. Noshin is my professional contact, right? And that's the reason why we are doing the session. Perfect example. So you have some friends. When you are at a university, you have friends, and when you are in your professional life, you have professional colleagues. So Dr. Noshin is a professional colleague, right? Okay, now moving on. Social media. You all love social media, don't you? Students love social media. And I know everyone will say, we have a Facebook account, we have Instagram. Why don't you check our Instagram? See, I know that. I work with students a lot. So social media is wonderful. Oh, I love myself. I'm taking a wonderful selfie of myself. I'm taking a nice picture of a nice, wonderful dish that I just had yesterday in the mom with my friends, right? But use social media for your career as well. So you can have fun and you can have professionalism as well. And are you visible on social media? This session right now is going on Facebook Live, right?
Yeah.
So this is a perfect example that you are visible. Okay, personal statement is the hardest part on LinkedIn. It is the hardest part, but it's not the impossible part. You need to learn the ability to ask people advice. People are willing to help you. When you go to a doctor, you are medical students, right? You go to a doctor, say, doctor, I'm not feeling well, I have a lot of pain in my head. Doctor say, okay, why don't you take this medicine and you will be, inshallah, you will be fine. But until and unless you don't share what problem you are facing, how will they know? So similarly, you talk to a career coach or a career practitioner that this is the reason, these are the things that I need in my career that can help me get a job, that can help me be visible in your job search. I know a lot of people want job, right? Are you visible on LinkedIn? Are you visible on social media? Do people know that you exist? A lot of qualified and competent people, they are very shy. Oh, I will not share. You have to be confident about yourself. And how do you be how can you become confident? The best way to be confident is speak in front of a mirror. When you speak in front of a mirror, automatically you get confidence. Or everyone has a smartphone, right? Record yourself for 5 minutes or for 3 minutes and then watch that video and see how are you speaking. And last but not the least, identify companies that match your career passion. So a lot of questions. I know this was a lot of information. So I want you to take a deep breath. This is not that difficult, right? So we go to the next slide. Okay, now we talk about food. I love fruits. Food for thought. So which are your favorite fruits? Don't be shy. Which are the favorite fruits in the mom? Apples, okay, good. Strawberry, I love strawberries. Banana, grapes, watermelon, orange, apple, mango. Oh, so many fruits. Wow. Okay, so I would recommend when you start your day with fruits. That will give you so much of energy. Initially, what we shared that for your career, it's important to have blue dates. Dates are wonderful in Saudi Arabia. I went to Medina last year and I had a lot of dates. It was wonderful. So always start your day with olives, dates, and fruits. That will give you food for thought. So I'm now going to the next slide. An apple a day will keep the doctor away. Very nice. Next slide, please. Okay, so this again is an activity. What is stopping you to what is stopping you to achieve your career goals? I want you to pause for a few minutes, for a few seconds. So the goal that you had mentioned earlier, what is stopping you? Have you ever thought about that? If nothing is stopping you, you say shabash, mashallah, very nice. Distraction, my communication skills, okay. So have you taken the time to improve your communication skills? Time management. I'm too lazy. People say, oh, yalla, bakshish, yalla, I'll take it. I'll do it later. I know a little bit of Arabic because I lived in Cairo for 5 years. So my Arabic is very Egyptian. So please forgive me if I mispronounce any word. Okay. So my Arabic is shoya shoya. Okay, going to the next question. Am I proactively strengthening my professional contacts? Negative thinking. So negative thinking is a challenge. You need to constantly say every day, I'm a wonderful human being. And you need to do a self-talk. I'm a wonderful human being and I want a good life. And you need to make sure that you are a priority. Excellent. Never give up. Life is never straight road. There will be times where the road will go like this, like this, like this, like this. So when you are self-confident, automatically you can achieve your career goals. What one skill did you learn in COVID-19? Share that. In the last 6 months, COVID-19 is going on. What one skill did you learn? Virtual teaching, excellent. Thank you very much. Community, mashallah. Time management, mashallah. Patience and gratitude, alhamdulillah. Commitment into things I want to achieve, mashallah. Believe in yourself, nothing is guaranteed, mashallah. Wow, wow, wow. I think this session, you guys are already much better than me, mashallah. Self-education, see? No one is shy. COVID has taught me that family is important. Very, very nice. Trying new things. Okay, excellent. Excellent. Very nice. MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Appreciate everything we have. Learn to appreciate every single day that Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us a lot, Alhamdulillah. And when you have that gratitude, that humility, Allah will give you abundance. Believe me, trust me on that. So when I start my day every day, I say, Alhamdulillah, thank you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for giving me a new day, a new sunrise, a new hope, right? Okay, going to the next one. Have I developed a career portfolio that highlights my key career accolades? What is a career portfolio? A career portfolio. Can everyone hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I got into a lot of inspiration, so I wanted to make sure that Dr. Nosheen is still with me.
I'm,
Okay,
yeah, I
so
am.
have have I developed a career portfolio? What is a career portfolio? A career portfolio basically is your marketing tool. How do you market yourself to the potential employer? And how do you develop that? You go to a nice stationery shop in the mall or in your university, and you say, I want a nice portfolio which has plastic sheets. And you mention your CV, you mention all your certificates, your trainings that you have conducted, your scholarships that you have earned, your internship letters, your community service letters, your volunteer letters, your career seminars, your workshops. You mention all that in the career portfolio. So when you go in an interview, they say, okay, Mr. XYZ, why should we hire you? You say, this is what I have done in a university in 4 years. Oh, wow, this is very nice. You know how to market yourself. You are hired. When can you join? Get it? So you need to create yourself in a manner that people enjoy, and that they say that uh, no, not a problem. If you don't have a career portfolio, I have a video of career portfolio on my YouTube link as well. So that is for about 3 to 4 minutes. So you can go into more detail into that as well. Training the CV and credentials for the vacancy you apply for. Excellent point. So you said which shop? The stationery shop. Go to any stationery shop and they say, I want a file that has plastic sheets in it. At least 25 or 50 plastic sheets. So whatever things that you are very proud in your life, you can share that. Okay. Okay. Important one. How am I managing my energy and well-being? Do you want to talk to a person who says, hello, today I will talk about career? No. You want to talk to a person who has energy. If you don't have energy, you say, oh, okay, yalla, we don't have time. Yalla, yalla, we don't have time. So you need to have energy. And how do you have energy? You have energy by making time for yourself, by having good fruits. I know you love fruits, right? Have those in the morning, by having time for physical activity. And last but not the least, you are important. Your well-being is important. Your emotions are important. Your feelings are important. TED Fellowship. When I was preparing this session, I had planned it a bit earlier. So TED.com is the world's largest platform. Whatever idea that you are very passionate about, you can apply. Every year they select 20 people. I provide coaching on TED Fellowship. So this year's deadline has actually finished, but what you can do is you can go on TED.com and click fellowships. So you can know how you can apply next year. It opens every year in July and the deadline is September. Maybe you can be the next TED speaker from the mom. Always aim high. Next slide, please. Okay, wonderful. Ice cubes. I talked a lot about behavior. So I like ice. I'm a person of ice. I demonstrate ice in my behavior, and I demonstrate ice when I have a soda. So if you don't have ice and if you don't have flexibility in your brain, you're not required. Giving a very strong statement over here. You can have an excellent GPA. I'm going to say this very slowly and very carefully. You can have a 4.0 GPA or all A's, but if you are an angry person, unfortunately, or if you are rigid, your career is limited, my friends. However, if you are very cool and very flexible, but not that qualified, not that competent, you will go ahead. This is the reality. This is the corporate reality. Okay? So try to be as flexible, as submissive, as positive as possible. Moving forward. Next slide. So this was the last slide. Now this has all my information. So what I want you to do is please, first of all, connect on my YouTube channel. This is the link. So press the subscribe button. There are a lot of videos on this YouTube channel that are free of cost. You don't have to pay anything. Listen to those videos. Subscribe right now. It takes not even 2 seconds. This is my email address. This is how you can connect on my LinkedIn. It was an absolute pleasure and an honor to address you, and I am really humble. The level of energy, the level of engagement was beyond my expectations. So thank you very much. I wish you nothing but the best. So if you have any questions, I will be happy to answer those. Thank you, Dr. Noshin and Dr. Monal, for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Mr. Abbas. It was very informative, interesting, and interactive session. I would like to take questions from our audience. So we have a question from Zahra Al-Humud, and she wants to ask that what if the person is confused by their many interests and different passions? What is your recommendations for the confusion phase? Your mic is mute, sir.
Yes, I
Yeah.
will recommend, first of all, to seek an appointment with a career practitioner and to see what is the confusion about. Is it the confusion about the field? Is it the confusion about the job? Is it the confusion about selecting a specific subject? And it is important to know how are they clear about their self-awareness. Are you aware of your strengths? Are you aware of your areas of improvement? Are you aware of your temperament? So what I do is when I have these personal sessions, this is for 45 minutes. So I go into more detail about your personality, about your traits, about your positivity, and to reduce your confusion.
Thank you. Dr. Al-Assad Umar has asked that how to eliminate bias at the labor market.
Okay, we do not live in a perfect world, right? There's a bias everywhere in the world. That is a reality. But there's another reality is that we need to be positive about life. We need to be positive about careers. Bias will exist always. But if a person is positive, if a person is humble, if a person is persistent, you will automatically get the position.
Positivity is the key.
Any other questions?
Yes. Okay. I just want to know personally also, Mr. Raza, that sometimes it happens that a student or a young person he selects a profession, but as the time passes and he realizes that he has no more interest in that profession or in that field. But sometimes people don't try to take the risks. You see, I have spent 2 years in this field. I should not change. Let's finish the course and let's finish the degree at least. What do you think that is it right to switch the field at that point, or they should complete if they have come already halfway through that course?
An excellent question, Dr. Nosheen, mashallah. It is better to be safe than sorry. Have you heard this saying before?
Sorry.
It is better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah, sure.
So even though the 2 years have been wasted or have been used, but that person is struggling in that career. So 2 years is not a big deal. It is better, much better to switch at that age, because if you go in the real world, in the corporate world, and you are not happy with your degree because you were struggling, how will you convince the employer to get a job? So I will humbly recommend, if you are stuck in the wrong field, immediately switch. Usually people switch in the first year, but in the second year it's not too late. It's better. That's why I mentioned, I like this. It's better to be careful than sorry. MashaAllah. Uh, that's why I had mentioned in the beginning that we are investing 34 years of our lives in career. So if we
Yeah,
are in the wrong field, that's the problem, right? So 2 years is nothing, but 34 years is more important, right?
right.
So don't worry about 2 years. Even 3 years, people change because they are not aware, they're not aware of their strengths.
Thank
So
you.
I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, thank you. We have another question from Anhar Al Mohsin, and she's asking that if you have hard time, how can you overcome this hard time and continue your best performance for your job? Is how to overcome. Everybody has hard times here and there in his life. How to overcome this hard time and keep on giving the best performance during your job.
Okay, I don't have a crystal ball that I will share when will this hard time be over.
Yeah.
And I'm not a I'm not a magician, but one thing I have noticed that everyone faces hard times. I've faced hard times as well. I mean, this is life, right? Life goes up and down. This is part of life. But one thing, even in my hardest times in my career, I always said that this time shall pass too. This is a passing cloud. So I used to do self-talk, self-motivation. You are your biggest friend and you are your biggest enemy. So learn to love yourself. If you learn to love yourself, you will be able to carry yourself during difficult times. Learn to elevate your self-esteem. And if your self-esteem is good, you can face any time with grace,
Sure.
with humility, with confidence.
Very good. I agree. I totally agree with you. Um, Dr. Al Asad Umar has asked a very interesting question. Maybe it is a comment from him. Is choosing a career like a marriage and is changing a career like having a separation or a divorce? So this is a very extreme scenario of choosing a career and switching the career. What do you think?
It's funny. I think I have to be. I like a sense of humor. If we are, I mean, I have done a lot of career switches in my life. But whenever I do career switch, I make sure, is it the same industry? One, yes or no. If it is the same industry, am I switching because of salary, or am I switching because of growth? So never switch for salary, number one. Always switch for learning and growth. Because money, anyone can earn money. Money is not an issue, right? You should enjoy what you do. So you should make sure when you are switching, there should be a career path. Today you are an assistant, then you will be a manager, then you will be a head, then you will be a director. So that automatically gives you motivation, right? So whatever place you are switching, you need to make sure that organization has a very good reputation. And how will you know that? You will know that by people that are actually working at that organization. So switching is not a problem, but before you switch, you need to come up with a lot of questions. And I have a video called Career Transitions, which is all about switching, and that is on my YouTube channel. So I want you to listen to this video. Again, my YouTube channel has a lot of videos that are answering a lot of your questions. So I want all the people that are listening to my channel right now to subscribe to this and just go to a nice park or have some ice cream and then listen to it. It will make a lot of sense and it will answer a lot of your queries.
Thank you. Thank you. Hamza Surur has asked a question that how to improve sales skills and to make a good impression to your client. I think he wants to ask about the communication skills.
Okay, mashallah. Very good questions. I'm so happy, mashallah. When people ask questions, I get a lot of energy. That is my live strawberry and live mango and banana, because that means that people are listening to me, right? So when you are selling anything, you need to make sure that you know the product. I'm selling this phone, and I say this phone is okay. Yallah, please buy it. No one will actually buy it. So you need to show that you know about the product inside out. Why is this phone good? How many pixels? What is the memory? What is the battery life? So whatever you are selling, you can even sell dust. I'm giving you an example. But you need to love that product. If you don't love that product, please leave sales. That is not for you. Giving you a strong statement. But if you are into selling, if you are into marketing, you need to know about the product. Then inshallah, you will just keep adding zeros and it will not be a problem.
Thank you. Very, very nice. Yes. Until and unless you don't know about the product and whatever it is, and in any profession, you don't know about the product and you don't really love the product, you cannot sell it and you cannot really have a good impression on your clients. That's very, because you have to build up a sense of belonging with whatever you are doing. This is very important. I would like, let's, okay. Hussein has asked that I'm not sure I will overcome my fear to be a nurse. What should I do?
Okay. First of all, why are you not confident that you will not become a nurse? Say, I will become the nurse. Again, positive self-talk. If there's one person that can be the nurse, it will be me. You need to learn to appreciate yourself. You need to learn to give positive self-talk. And in case if you cannot become a nurse, I hope that is not the case. What is the backup career?
Right.
Right? So you should have a backup option as well. I mean, life moves on, there are challenges, but I want you to negate negative thinking. I want you to believe in yourself that I will become a nurse by the year 2021 or whenever you graduate. And I want you to write it down on a piece of paper and in a nice colorful marker, get a printout in a nice colorful printout and put it in lamination. Put it in front of your bed. It will be powerful visualization that you will become the nurse. It's all about psychology. I love psychology. I've done a lot of, read a lot of books on psychology. So you, as I mentioned before, you are your best friend or you are your worst enemy. It's for you to decide.
Sure. So thank you so much, Mr. Abbas. It was really very much informative, and yeah, and I hope that most of the questions have been answered by Mr. Abbas. I would like to invite Ms. Manal Sarur, the chairperson of Community Service Committee at Mohammad Al Mana College for Health Sciences, and I would like her to please speak few words. The conclusion remarks by Dr. Manal Sarur. Your mic is mute. Dr. Manal, your mic is mute, I think. No.
Okay, Dr. Nasheen?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Nasheen, for this introduction, and thank you, Mr. Raza, for this informative lecture, and hope all our participants have benefit from these lectures, and hope, inshallah, we will enjoy with another one with, as you said, we will prepare another session for the CV, how they can prepare their CV. And also I want to thank my committee member for community who are did this work with me. Also, also I want to thank our owner for the college, Dr. Aisha Al Mana, also our dean, the Prof. Ahmad Shimi, and also Dr. Jinan, our vice dean, and all my colleagues in Al Mana College. So in conclusion, I think all of you now, you know the purpose of this session. It's about the career reforms. So we have understand the importance of career planning and development, and also we have identified the responsibility for career planning and development, or also we are now more understand for the preparation, the desire for the career in our life. The other things also, the career planning is a must for everyone individual in order to become successful in his life. The career planning also bring out the best within the individual and helps utilize person's skills and ability to the optimum level. Hope all of us now going after these sessions to retrieve the good points in their the good points, and also ask for an interview and provide specific contact information and conclude respectively, not presentially. So this, I think, the most important things we are conclude our session by these things, and I want to thank all of you for attending our program. And I think this is the fourth webinar, and inshallah we are still moving to prepare the next one, which will be by the end of this month. Inshallah, we are waiting to see you in next session. Inshallah. Thank you for all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Your certificates for participation will be emailed to you on your email addresses, inshallah, very soon. Thank you so much, Mr. Raza Abbas, to volunteer your time, your experience, and it was such a wonderful talk with you, and I am sure the participants have really enjoyed it and we learned a lot from you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Manal, and thank you so much, our community service committee members at MAX. Thank you so much, our participants.